Death, it's never easy. Decades later, I'm brought back to my childhood when I was first introduced to it. Today, this is a death that is hours away, and I hate how I am feeling right now. Hello, fellow dying retailers. I'm Keith, and thanks for joining me. Welcome to Lakeforest Mall in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Today is its last day of life and only has hours remaining. I am feeling like I am visiting a distant relative I never really knew, but I felt I had to come. Paying respects as they leave this world. Can you believe this food court used to be an ice skating rink with bleachers that could hold hundreds of onlookers? I'll tell you a little bit more of this mall's history in just a minute. But first, let's just take in some of the sounds here on the last day of life here in the food court. And you'll get to listen to the fellow that sat all day and watched The Simpsons as he questioned why I was doing what I was doing.
Well, he must have known you were connected to us somehow. Otherwise, he would have been following us.
What's the point of recording this? Why are you recording?
For my YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. I document malls that be destroyed.
Why do I do this? Maybe I should have told that fellow I was sent to make him internet famous. No, but seriously, why do I do this? There are a number of reasons. I started to enjoy editing videos, and then I started enjoying trying to replicate tricks and effects that I would see others do online. For years, I had been watching videos from people such as Sal with his X-Log series, Ace's Adventures, as well as Dan Bell. I grew up working retail and was saddened seeing malls disappear. They inspired me to start documenting malls around me and to preserve their memories for future generations. And when I see a property such as this, I know that once it's gone, we won't see such structures constructed again.
going 3 times deeper, and then there was a backspace behind us.
Wow.
I feel bad I didn't catch that gentleman's name. He started tagging along as I was filming and would point out certain stores and tell me things about them. And I went to go use the restroom and came back. He was gone. So maybe he'll watch this video and he'll message me and I can credit him for some of the info he passed along. We are coming up to what drew me to this mall. And I hate to say it, even my video does not do this justice. Because when you're standing in this center court and you're looking up at these skylights, it's the closest thing I can describe to a spiritual experience. It's so large and immense. I couldn't fathom that this place would be packed with thousands of people. Here you are looking at the former Lord and Taylor Anchor location, and I can't get over these skylights. There was never a dark area wherever they were located, and I love this pit seating area. They're all over the mall, and it's something I haven't seen since the late 70s and maybe early 80s here locally. It was a very nice, nostalgic touch for me. Lakeforest Mall first opened on September 12, 1978, and at the time of opening, the anchor stores were Penney, Sears, Woodward and Lothrop, and Hex. The mall was named in honor of Lake Walker, a nearby man-made lake and park. The mall was one of the first in the United States to feature an indoor ice skating rink on the lower level in the H section, along with being the biggest indoor shopping mall in the country at the time of its grand opening. I am so glad I took this trip, not only to see this mall and fall really in love with the architecture, but I had an unexpected surprise of getting to meet two content creators who I mentioned earlier in this video inspired me. I got to meet Ace of Ace's Adventures and Sal for Xlog series of videos. Both were great guys, and it just was an honor to get to speak with them in person. Totally unexpected, and again, made this trip very worthwhile. Thank you, guys. It's not every day you walk in the mall and just see a safe sitting in the middle of the walkway. I should have tried it. Maybe there was money. I tried to visualize how this space was used. There used to be a gigantic fountain here, and there was a stage to the left of the elevator. There is a dressing area. You could still see production lights in the ceiling. It must have been a sight to behold. Here we are coming to the former Macy's wing of Lakeforest and another pit area. What was neat about this mall was if you're standing in the center court area, you could see all four corners. You could see all the anchors from the center court area. It must have been a very magical time in this mall when it was busy during the Christmas shopping season. Also, you're about to see one of the comical episodes I had here. We walked into the foot spa. I thought it was just deserted and emptied. And as we walked in and was filming, the massage guy was laying on the couch. And that was a little bit of a surprise.
Huh. That's interesting. I guess we can just walk in.
You don't get that very often.
Nah. How you doing? I like the...
If you've noticed the pit seating areas that I've filmed so far, you'll notice where it looks like plants are gone. And people were coming in and stealing plants. We also had people coming up and taking signs out of sign holders. And that was tame compared to what I was told happened during closing, when this great lady finally gave up the ghost. In 1984, the ice rink was replaced, and it was replaced by a NTI Theaters movie theater, and it was later renamed the Cineplex Odeon Lakeforest 5. In 1995, the Woodward and Lothrop at the mall closed and was replaced by Lord & Taylor in 1996. Lake Forest was host to a Friendlies and a Long John Silver's during the 1990s, and I'm not sure exactly when they shut down. Tubman didn't believe in food courts. In fact, I think one of their execs had quoted one time, you won't see a Burger King next to a boutique. Lake Forest had sit-down restaurants at each of its 4 entrances, and each of these entrances represented a season of the year. Like the one I entered was winter, and here we have some recent water damage and a closed Ruby Tuesdays. On August 20th, 1998, Taubman Center sold the property to the GM Pension Trust. Around September 1998, some parking lot space was devoted to become the Lake Forest Transit Center with a park and ride location. In January of 2000, the Cineplex Odeon Lake Forest 5 movie theater was closed. People were skateboarding in the mall, and finally was able to catch them being yelled at one time here. Take a listen. So in November of 2000, a food court called Cafes in the Forest was introduced where the Cineplex movie theater once was. And it started out with 9 food businesses, with roughly half a dozen food eateries already in the mall prior to the food court. And there was also a patio area with a large number of outdoor seats for people to enjoy their meal. In 2003, Simon Property Group purchased the mall. And May 28, 2006, Macy's replaced Hex, as the latter had begun to be purchased by Macy's nationwide. This property was originally developed, owned, and operated by Tubman Centers, and then the mall was managed and operated by Simon Property Group in 2007, when it purchased the former owner and manager Mills Corporation. And in 2011, the company defaulted on its mortgage and the mall was put up for sale. They also removed and tiled over the fountain in the center court in August of 2013. August of 2017, Lakeforest Mall was sold at auction for $19.1 million, a fraction of what was paid in 2012. And the auction came after the mall's owner, 5 Mile Capital, went into foreclosure. In February 2019, it was announced that Penney would be closing as part of a plan to close 27 stores in the U.S., and the store closed July 5th, 2019. Here's another funny moment where I'm taking an elevator and I think I'm going to go to the first level, and I get a surprise where I end up. And sorry for that part of the video being dark. Yes, I found the mall offices and the security office, and I could hear people rustling in the security office, and just hightailed it back up. And next, we're going to take a quick look at what's left of Red Robin. In June of 2019, a member of Gaithersburg City Council tweeted that Lord & Taylor was planning to close September 15th of 2019, which this would leave Macy's and Sears as the only anchor stores left. And the store closed September 15th, 2019 as scheduled. In 2019, WRS Inc. Real Estate Investments purchased the mall from U.S. Bank, which had bought it in 2018. And WRS Inc. is planning to redevelop the entire 100 acres. Then, August 2019, it was announced Sears would be closing its location as part of a plan to close 92 stores across the United States. They closed December 1st, 2019, and that left Macy's as the only remaining anchor of the mall until March 2023. Like other properties across the country, Lakeforest started having a major crime problem. Several years ago, there was a murder in the parking lot outside the food court. Last year, a T-Mobile employee was murdered in the mall by a apparent mentally ill individual. And stories conflicted from what I read. One stated the individual seeked the employee out inside T-Mobile and stabbed him there, at which point he made it to the food court where he collapsed. And then I've heard others that know the stabbing took place in the food court. When Macy's announced that they were going to shut down, it wasn't long after mall management stated that the entire property would close on March 31st, 2023. And there we have it, folks. The history and story of Lakeforest Mall as its life was winding down on March 31st. The owners are going to tear down this property in 2024, which is sad, especially with those skylights. And I had to leave to head back to Virginia about 4:30. However, folks stayed until closing, and apparently all hell broke loose near closing time. I guess people got off work and people got out of school, and the mall was packed. And then people started stealing whatever they could take that wasn't bolted down. People broke glass in one of the storefronts, I understand. Someone was urinating in one of the halls. but it was a sad way for this property to end its life, to be disrespected by a bunch of people that have no common sense. But hey guys, thank you for taking this tour with me. This is the furthest I've gone to visit a mall, and I am grateful that I decided to come out and document this property. If you like this kind of content, you like the work that I'm doing, give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing my best to try to put out quality content that I think you will enjoy. And click that share button. Share it with your friends. Let people know what we are doing here. And until next time, stay safe, be well, and stay to the end, because I've added a bunch of pictures to the end here you may enjoy. Thank you guys. I really appreciate your support. you.